Hello everyone, it's Jamie and welcome back to my channel. I am here today on December 1st for another weekly update and also to talk about what my plans for December are and some purchases for last week, and then also to talk about some plans for January, which is far away, but I'm making plans already. So the first thing to talk about is it's Sunday, which means I stitched on Game of Thrones by Tilton Crafts. I will show you here where I was the last time that I stitched on this, which was like I think a week or two ago because I hadn't stitched on it the last couple Sundays, which is not good, but here's where I am now. I am almost finished with my 10th diagonal. There's like a little area here where I need to finish it, but those colors were not out on my floss cards, so I didn't want to pull them out, and I just decided I'd put it down for the rest of the day, and I think I did like 500 stitches today. And so next Sunday I will finish off the 10th diagonal and then be starting the 11th diagonal. And I'm trying to think, this is being stitched on 28 count even weave 1/1 full cross, and I am doing this in 10 stitch wide diagonals. Okay, so that will be pulled out again next Sunday, but it will be put out for the rest of the week. And then the next things I have to show is kind of a little bit disappointing, and you'll see why. So the next thing is Tiny Modernist Christmas Village Stitch Along. Here's where I was in my last video, and here it is now. I am still working on part 3. I did not finish part 3 before the end of November, which means that part 4 is now out and I am behind, and I did not want to get behind on this. So I really need to get my butt in gear so I can have this finished before Christmas, because I do not want to take this project into next year. I want to have one more finish before the end of the year. So this is being stitched on 18 count Keita from Picture This Plus, and it's in the color Herald, and I like it, but I also want it finished. Need to finish. So the next two projects that I have to show are ones that I pick using a decision wheel. So I put all of my cross stitch projects into a wheel and then I spin it twice. The first project I work on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the second project I work on Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So the first project that was picked was Keita by Pinky the Pink on Etsy, and it's artwork by Hannah Alexander. So this was going to be a new start, and I was super impatient to start it, and I actually started it on Sunday because I couldn't wait until Monday. So here's where I got to on Keita. This is 28 count even weave that I dyed myself, and I started from the middle. So that there is like the middle part of her dress. There's going to be like some yellow that goes in there, and then there's one leg, the start of one leg, and then her other leg will be there. And all these empty spaces here are going to be full of beads. So she's going to be very sparkly and blingy, and there's also like tons of back stitching that goes into all of these areas on her dress. And it's going to be crazy to do, but it's going to look amazing. So there's Keita, and now she gets to be put away. That's sad. And the second project that was picked for last week was Templar Prophecy by Long Dog Samplers. I will insert here where it was in my last video. And this is where I got to on it on the days that I had worked on it. And this one, I picked it, the days that it was going to be worked on was Thursday, Friday, Saturday. But Thursday was Thanksgiving in America, and then my sister was here from Colorado until Sunday. So we didn't do that much stitching. We stitched on it on Saturday night, because she also brought her Templar Prophecy. She is stitching Templar Prophecy on a purple 18 count Keita that she dyed herself, and she is using a Silks for You, and she started hers from the bottom and I started mine from the top, so we were stitching on it together, and it's fun to see hers from the bottom and how the bottom will look stitched, and then she can see mine, the top being stitched. So I'm stitching mine on 22 count, and it's fabric that I dyed myself, and I am using DMC 666 1/1 full cross. So there is that, and I stitched across. This is the end of page 2, and then I'm going to fill in the border before I finish working on the dragon, and then I think part of like the moon outline shows up there, but I don't know when I'll get there. This will be going back into my car, and I will keep doing it in the car when I wait for my kids. So my plans for December. for December, I am going to not be doing the wheel because I want to do like Christmassy, holiday, wintry cross stitch. So that means that I'm going to be focusing on Tiny Modernist Christmas Village Stitch Along to get that finished, because it will not be going into 2020 as a whip. It will be a finish before 2020. So there's that. And then I also am going to be pulling out a Heaven and Earth design chart that I have that's kind of like wintry themed-ish, and focusing on that one piece for December. And that is Mini, what is this called again? Mini Home is Where the Magic Is by Randall Spangler. And it's a Heaven and Earth design chart. I already said that. And here's where I am now. I am stitching this on 28 count even weave 2/110 stitch. And the first 3 pages are done, which means this top row is done because it's only 3 pages wide. And the bottom of the chart is here, so it's not very big because it's a mini. And I'm just gonna see how much can I get done on this in the month of December. So there's that. I think that I might stitch this Extreme Cross Country. It's in Pattern Keeper, so I know that the next color only has like less than 3,000 stitches. So I hope that I can get that one color finished within the next week. We'll see though. I think it's like a purple color. Like one of the purples in here is the next color. It's like the most used color in the chart going all the way around. So we'll see if I can get that color finished. And then purchases. I think most of you probably know now that on Monday, Heaven and Earth Designs released Once Upon a Fairytale by Amy Stewart. They released it in regular size, super size, and super size max color. At first, I was all set to get super size, but then on Monday, Tilton Crafts released Jason Momoa charts. So if you don't know, Jason Momoa is Aquaman. He plays Khal Drogo in Game of Thrones. And they released an Aquaman chart and a Game of Thrones chart where he is with Daenerys. I ended up buying the chart of him and Daenerys, and it's called, I think, Sun and Stars. Pretty sure that's what it's called. And once I did that, I was like, can I really keep starting all these full coverage charts in a supersized chart and expect to get anything finished? No. So I was like, I know I want to do the Fairytale chart. I don't know if I want to do supersize. The supersize chart is over 700,000 stitches, and the regular chart is over 400,000 stitches, which sounds a lot more manageable than 700,000. So I was thinking about that, and then on Thursday I was with my sister and we were talking about it, and she was thinking regular for herself. And she was trying to decide though between regular, like with normal amount of colors, or a regular max color, which I'm not sure if that's out yet or not. I don't know. And anyways, we ended up going to Michael's, and we were at Michael's and we were like, we want to buy the floss for Fairytale because Michael's had a 30% off coupon and we were together, and it's fun to buy cross-stitch stuff with someone else who cross-stitches and not just by yourself. So we were like, we want to buy this floss, we don't know which chart to do, and we were just like in the middle of Michael's, just like, we're just gonna do regular, and that's it. So we ended up deciding to do the regular one, and we bought all the floss for it. I have it all organized and ready. I just need my fabric, and I think we're going to be doing a January 1st start on that. And Basic Nail Stamping on Instagram is doing a stitch along of Once Upon a Fairytale using the hashtag Once Upon a Fairytale Sal. So everyone's going to be starting it. I think there's like a bunch of comments of people on her Instagram post about it that are going to be starting it either at the end of December or January 1st. So that's, I think, when I'm going to be starting the Fairytale chart. It's exciting, and I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I think that is it. So thank you everyone for watching, liking, commenting, and subscribing. If you celebrated Thanksgiving in America, I hope you had a good Thanksgiving, and I hope everyone had a great week, and I will see everyone in my next video. Bye everyone.